How you doing, YouTube? Matt from Massive Beer Reviews back with a review, a double review, a side-by-side review, a versus review of a beer I've been actually wanting to. I've never had it before. A beer I've been wanting to try, not just review, but try for a very long time. Lo and behold, I get to try its base and its barrel-aged brethren. So what we have here is Omnipollo's Yellow Belly and Omnipollo's Yellow Belly Sundae. So yeah, backstory. I've heard some backstory about this beer. I haven't watched any reviews. I haven't really looked into it, but I know it exists, and I know it's a stout and a barrel-aged stout with some things and bits and stuff going on. But I'm not going to talk about conjecture. This is a little bit of a talking point beer, let's put it that way, because people kind of look at it and they view it as a something that shouldn't be represented, but it has a good soul to it. Or so I've heard. So we're just going to dive into these, not talk too much. Well, we're going to talk a lot, but not about whatever. And just see what both of them have to say, see what both of them have to offer, see what both of them taste like, and just go from there. So here we go. Base first. This is Omnipollo's Yellow Belly, as far as what it says on this tapered Ku Klux Klan looking little hooded little beer here. It says Yellow Belly. In the back here it says Imperial Stout brewed with pecan and biscuit flavors. 11% alcohol by volume. Importer stuff. Government warning stuff. That's it. That's all there is on the paper here. On this one, I'm sure there's more underneath, but I'm going to jump over this one now. And on this side it just has a mirror in the front, cracked. This is Yellow Belly Sundae. It's a bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout brewed with peanut, and biscuit flavors. So it's bourbon barrel aged version of that, obviously. 1% bump. This is 11%. This is 12%. And same thing. Government warning stuff. That's all there is on this one. As far as what's underneath the hood of this one. Let's see. There we go. And on here, it says, Yellow Belly, a person who is without courage, fortitude, or nerve, a coward. To us, one of the most cowardly deeds is to act anonymously, hiding behind a group, a signifying trait of institutionalized racism. This beer is brewed to celebrate all things new, open-minded, and progressive. A peanut butter biscuit stout with no biscuits, butter, or nuts. Taste, enjoy, and don't be prejudiced. Hanak Fenke, Carl Gradine, Dennis Johnstone, Jake Olsson, Jeff Quinn, and Colin Strawn. Okay. I assume they all kind of went in on this beer together. But yeah, that's what that says on the front there. You can get a good view of that. I'm holding both of them up here so you can get a good idea what they both look like. I love both the labels. From ghetto silver caps with nothing on them from the top, up top, to just, the whole fuck you racism thing. Who doesn't love that? Except for fucking racists. I love it. I love the fact that they put it out there and said, fuck you. But put it in such a provocative package that actually works. So I think it actually is... do you want me to get deep? Okay. I think, I'm a beer label whore. I love it. And when I look at this, it makes so much sense because it's... what is on the outside is not what's on the inside. And that's fucking racism. You know what I mean? So, this looks like it's a hood, a Klan hood. You know what I mean? From the Ku Klux Klan. And if someone wears a Klan outfit, I am going to judge them. And I don't think that's what they're going for. What I think they're going for here is that, you know what I mean? Those kind of groups judge people based on what's on the outside, and what's on the inside can be different. From the labeling of the beer to what's in the beer. So you're talking about a beer that is actually a peanut butter biscuit stout with no biscuits, butter, or nuts. So you're talking about, same thing on the inside. The label itself, what is written saying that it's a peanut butter, Imperial Stout brewed with peanut and biscuit flavors, that not being in there. I think there's multi-levels to the kind of what they're trying to say with the beer. Now, are they trying to be that deep? I don't know, but that's what I'm reading into it. So, label-wise, or black lettering on white label always gets my wiener hard. And this is cool. I dig it. It's very reminiscent of the Agamemnon, I think it was, that I reviewed from them. It had another purple label with a crack on it. I don't know if it's a barrel aged thing they do, but longer story longer. Dig both labels. So here we go. Let's crack into these fuckers and see what they have. Whole fighting racism thing going on here. Very apropos with what's going on in the place where I live. So, yeah. Not a big hiss on the barrel-aged version. Markedly bigger hiss on the non-barrel aged version. So let's see if we can get these pouring at the same time and see how they fare. Motor oil, baby. WD-40. So let's see. Give these sucker a little judgment here as far as looks. Bigger head on the barrel-aged version. I thought I poured them pretty spot on, but there might be a slight variant, so it could have a relatively similar head. And, you know, what I like my coffee to look like color-wise, and, yeah, dark as dark could be. Dark as the souls of all the people I have conquered and whatever. I was trying to be funny. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Really can't see anything else going on as far as the beers go. They're dark. They have a nice head to them. They look like Imperial barrel-aged stouts. Let's see what the base has to offer on the nose. Clean the glass. Blue Bacher level stuff. I don't know if you can pick it up on camera, but give that a swirl. You actually see it in like the amber yellow kind of clings to the glass. Whew. Okay. Now they're talking about nuts. They're talking about biscuits. They're talking about an Imperial Stout. I get that. The nuts are there. And the nuts are there not in a peanut butter way, in an actual nut kind of way. Biscuits? I mean, that's up for debate. I don't think so, but I am getting kind of like a nut. What's the wording I want to use here? It's very, I'm trying to think, because I'm getting an actual distinct smell that is a memory from my life, from my childhood, and I can't quite zero in on it yet. I'm getting like a nut-based mixture of something. I think it's like a nut wafer or a nut bread. Not that sweet, though. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting off of this. The roasted malts are there, but they're definitely behind that nuttiness, literally and figuratively. And, yeah, it smells really fucking cool, let's put it that way. So, yeah, those peanuts abound. I wouldn't say biscuit is there, but I'm getting this kind of like, I don't want to say flour, because that's the wrong word. It's kind of baked good vibe from it, to where it's actually like the flour and the nuts have been baked, cooked, or turned into something, and something a little bit richer and sweeter than a peanut by itself is basically what I'm trying to say. And a roasted malt in there, and that's pretty much it. I'm not really getting much bittering there. It's all like kind of like a subtle sweetness, and that's it. Barrel time. Not that much of a difference. The barrel's definitely there, but it's not... Actually, I shouldn't say the barrel. The spirit is definitely there. I'm not getting a ton of barrel, but I'm getting like a little bit of that bourbon kind of floating around in there, but nothing too jarring, nothing too hot. But it's definitely muted out a bit of that peanut. And that's pretty much it. It's this, dialing back the peanut and beer a little bit, adding a little bit of that kind of bourbon nose to a little bit of bourbon vibes. That's pretty much it. Really not that big of a difference that you think. Definitely smells more rounded over here. Time will do that, so it makes sense. So, enough talk. Let's dive into it, see what she's got. Base. Cheers. Vanilla. I did not get any kind of like vanilla on the nose at all. But with this, it's that peanut vibrance with a heaping helping of like a vanilla vibe to it. Yeah. Vanilla ice cream. It's not even like vanilla bean or marshmallow fluffiness. It's straight up vanilla ice cream. It tastes like vanilla ice cream with peanuts on it. Actually, that's what I'm getting right now. Roasted malts are there. Didn't pick them up on the nose at all, but are definitely there. It tastes like it has a heaping helping of hops to it too, because I'm getting a bitterness on the back, and I don't think it's from the roasted malts. You're getting roasted malts, and you think you're getting bittering from the hops themselves. This is a really fun, really interesting, very herky-jerky in a good way kind of beer. Mouth feels beautiful. Yeah, it hits you on the back with a little bit of heat, a little bit of that bitterness. You get that kind of vanilla ice cream thing with the peanuts sprinkled on top. Absolutely a childlike, desserty kind of beer. This is going to bring you back to when you were a kid. You'd be like, oh my god, I remember eating the fucking drumsticks as a kid. And you know the drumstick? When you buy the drumstick, the cone thing with the fucking waffle cone, and you have the thing and the chocolate and the peanuts on top. It's totally what I'm fucking getting on here, so I'm definitely doing a little bit of childhood things going on right now. Anyway, so yeah, really fucking fun. Delicious beer. Enjoying the shit out of it. Actually has a Best Buy date of 2021 on it. Just to give you an idea, I just noticed that now from here. So, base down, let's dive into the actual barrel version, which is odd enough. I swear to God, I didn't think about it beforehand. This one's called Yellow Bellow Sundae. I'm talking about ice cream. I don't know. Did they know that? I don't know. I'm going to dive in. See what she's got. Cheers. Way more rounded. See if I can find a Best Buy date on this one. I don't see one. Okay. I'm getting some dating over here, but I don't know what it means. It's not the same date code that's on that one. Super bummer. Over here, on the date code on this one, it has a BB, which I assume is Best Buy, which is November 8th, 2021. So I assume this beer was, actually, let me rephrase it, it's 11/8/2021, which is probably their August 11th, 2021, because we date shit different here in the States. So I'm assuming this is from August. Then it has like a C with a B 327. I don't know if that's like, okay, it's brewed on the 327th day. That wouldn't make any sense either. So on this one, if I can get the light right on it to see it, it says A4R22 21/6/16 or 18. I'm assuming that this was brewed on April 22nd. Regardless, I think it was brewed or bottled on the 216th day of 2016. So they're relatively similar in age-wise, too. That's kind of what I wanted to get to. I didn't know if this one actually had a little bit more time in it. I don't think that's the case. The bourbon shows cherry. They're really dark red cherries. Little roasted malts are there, still there. Barrel char is there. You get a nice like smokiness from it. A peanut and ice cream vibe has died down significantly. Still a very, very nice beer, but I'm not gonna lie, Mika's gonna bark a lot right now, so there's a fire truck going off, so she's gonna freak out. Like the base more, I'm gonna tell you that right now. But both are really fun beers. So yeah, again, to recap, with the base, you're getting that ice cream, vanilla ice cream with peanuts on it thing that just brings me back to my childhood. With the beer sitting there, but definitely underneath this, the beer's a little bit bigger with those kind of vanilla and peanut bits and pieces kind of drop off in the barrel, and the spirit is there. And it's definitely the star of the show, but it's not overly jarring. But it seems like it's lost a little bit more than you'd want it to lose. Which kind of makes sense because those, flavors are adjuncty stuff. You have time. You add time to adjuncts. The adjuncts usually drop off faster, sooner rather than later. So it kind of makes sense. They're both absolutely fantastic beers. Yeah, but in the grand scheme of things, a gun to my head, if I personally was going to choose one, I'd definitely go with the base. But I'm going to do a little cuvee action off camera later and see how they mix together. But yeah, overall, a really cool beer from top to bottom. From as far as taste goes, as far as idea goes, as far as the whole statement it's trying to make, everything about it is super cool. And Omnipollo in general, they make really good beers. I like their beers. I like what they're doing. Yeah, definitely worth picking up if you don't mind paying the price. So let's talk about that stuff. Is this one of the better adjunct-laden Imperial Stouts I've had as of late? Yes, absolutely. The fact that it just brought me back to the freaking drumstick ice cream cone thing is worth the price of admission by itself. Is this one of the better barrel-aged Imperial Stouts I've had as of late? No. Really delicious on the outside, kind of looking in, but especially drinking them side by side, it dropped off a little bit too much for me to be like, okay, this is the good stuff. Value and availability, oddly enough, they're both the same price. I paid $15 a bottle for each of these, so if that's in your price point, awesome. If not, I understand because that kind of sucks. Availability, never had them in my area up until this week, so take that for what it's worth. I know you've been able to get them in and around the tri-state area where I live, so it's Omnipollo. They do a lot of importing into the United States, but at the same time, your mileage may vary. And just say if you like what, will you like these? If you like, ice cream cones, waffle ice cream cones, drumsticks. If you like peanuts, if you like vanilla ice cream, and you like good beer. Same thing goes for this. It's still awesomely made beer. Absolutely fantastic. Delicious as hell. Just like I said, up against this, if I drank this by itself, it'd probably be a little bit more in its favor. But coming up against its base, I'm just a big fan of that. So, not splitting hairs, but both absolutely fantastic beers. And worth a pickup, especially if you can get them at a decent price point. So there you go. Fun little side-by-side in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If you did or didn't, or somewhere down there, comment, yell, and shit. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and tap Massive Beers on all those places to check me out anywhere else. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying it nice little side-by-side action right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.